You know who Nate Silver is, right? Nate Silver is a guy who is an election analyst, and he got a lot of street cred in 2008 because not only did he get the general election right, but he got 49 out of 50 states right. So, of course, in the polling world, that means that, hey, you know what? You're doing something right. Now, of course, he is predicting that President Obama is going to win. Now, he doesn't say that's it, it's over, President Obama is going to win. He's not me. He's not a commentator or a pundit. All he does is he crunches the numbers, and he says President Obama is likely to win given the polls. He looks at the polls. He looks at other indicators that were relevant historically in other elections, figures them into his analysis. That makes sense. Just crunching the numbers, kind of like an accountant, right? Well, Republicans don't like math, okay? Joe Scarborough doesn't like math. And he says, well, if you do math, you're an ideologue. In fact, watch.
Nate Silver says this is a 73.6% chance that the president's going to win. Anybody that thinks that this race is anything but a toss-up right now is such an ideologue. They should be kept away from typewriters, computers, laptops, and microphones for the next 10 days because they're jokes.
That's awesome. It's not Nate Silver's opinion that President Obama should win by 73%. He's not saying, I hope Obama wins. He's just saying, look, I looked at the polls, I averaged them together, I put in a couple other factors, and it seems to indicate 73%. Now, by the way, it has moved up. So if you can't do math, who's the joke, Joe? What an ideologue. I can't believe he thinks 2 + 2 = 4. How partisan and unbalanced. God, it's unbelievable what clowns they are. Now, then Politico writes an article saying Nate Silver could be a one-term celebrity. That's awesome. Like, if he gets this wrong at all, we're going to call him biased. But the guy's not saying he wants Obama to win. He has no opinion on who should win. Or if he does, he's certainly keeping it to himself. He's just telling you the statistics, the polling, and the math. God, these people are unbelievable. So Nate Silver decides, look, he's going to fight back a little bit. First, he says something that's very reasonable. He says, look, I'm sure I have a lot riding on the outcome. Meaning, like, yeah, they're going to judge me based on my predictions here. That's the name of the game. And he says, I'm also sure I'll get too much credit if the prediction is right and too much blame if it is wrong. And that sounds just right? Undeterred, the rest of all these pundits, David Brooks weighs in saying, oh, this is ridiculous, because it challenges their worldview. Their worldview is we call everything even. We say the Republicans say this and the Democrats say that, and we leave it at that. If you actually bring in facts into the equation, well, that's not fair and balanced journalism. No. You ignore the facts and you just talk about opinion X and opinion Y. So Nate Silver had enough, and he says, all right, end of this. Hey, Joe, how about you put $1,000 on it? So he sends this tweet out. He says, if you think it's a toss-up, let's bet. If Obama wins, you donate $1,000 to the American Red Cross. If Romney wins, I do. Deal? Scarborough, of course, says, no deal. He says, why don't we donate to the charity? Okay, well then Nate writes back again. He says, a better idea. Let's bet $2,000. So you want to give it to charity? Great, let's give it to charity. No, but I want you to put your money where your mouth is. If you think it's a joke and you can't possibly... And remember, earlier Joe Scarborough had said that he would be shocked if Obama won. But wait a minute. Why is it biased if Nate Silver gives you numbers on why he thinks President Obama is going to win based on polls, but it's not biased if you say out of nowhere, you just pull it out of your ass, I'd be shocked if Obama wins. Why is that not a joke? Why are you not an ideologue? Well, of course you are, and that's why you don't like Nate Silver's numbers. If you're a Republican, you hate facts, you hate numbers, you hate science, you hate math. So that's why they can't stand Nate Silver with all of his numbers in there. Damn it, we gotta get that guy out of here. Celebrity. Yeah, that's what Nate Silver is. Oh, I don't think so, big guy. God, they're such knuckleheads. And what these pundits keep going back to, but I don't get it. The national race looks like it's 50-50. Yes, it does. But I don't know if you know this. We have an electoral college. We don't decide the presidency based on popular vote. If you don't know, call up Al Gore and George Bush. They'll let you know. God, they're so sadly stupid. And they go on there and on camera, on television every day and embarrass themselves over and over again.